OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, now that you know who the Celtics will have in their lineup, what are some of the keys to going against them tonight, and how important is it to get back to certain defensive principles that you've been focusing on the last few days?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll have to play the way we're capable of defensively, but I think we have to be able to score. We have to be able to get the ball in the paint, and we can't turn the ball over. They're top 5 in deflections and steals. They're top 10 in points off turnovers, and their defense is terrific. So they're going to do a lot of switching, which is they're good at. They don't get spread out, and it's going to start to me with running good offense tonight.
Okay, Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, considering that plane flights have kind of exacerbated the problem for Evans' back, do you anticipate having him back to play early in this road trip?
It's really day to day. I mean, he feels better, but I think it's more just, how he's feeling daily. So we're hopeful, but there's nothing definite.
Okay, Jared Weiss, I believe The Athletic.
Steve, the league is considering adding another two-way slot. What do you think of the idea of expanding the rosters?
Me personally, I think that's a great idea. I think that, playing with the condensed schedule as we are, I think the more bodies you have, the better. And if you look at the games where, guys are having to play, teams are having to play with 8 guys, the number of minutes is adding up, and I just think it's difficult. It's difficult to manage games, and it's difficult to manage teams over, prolonged period of time. I know for us, we're going to play 11 more games before we have 2 days off. So, it's different. It's different for everybody. I mean, it's fair, but I think having another roster spot would be a great idea.
James Hill, Black News Channel.
Coach, can you just talk about this road trip? It's a great opportunity to play a game tonight in Boston and then move on and play another game tomorrow, back to back.
Against really good teams, and I think that's what we need. We've got to, I think reestablish our offense. We had started the year well offensively. We have struggled the last 3 games, and also get so that we're more consistent with our defense. To be honest, against Milwaukee, our defensive numbers were misleading because it was, our offense. We just struggled so much offensively, and our turnovers and some quick shots hurt our defense. So, it's what we need. 5 games road trips in this league are never easy. I think it'll be challenging and good for our team to grow.
Go back to Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, how is James Ennis doing in terms of how his minutes are coming along, and how is his hamstring feeling?
He feels better today, but because we're back to back, we're going to stay with this weekend. He'll be on short minutes again, and so we're trying to be smart with all these guys. Cole's limited a little bit, Dwayne's limited a little bit. And I think we're like most teams. It's just condensed schedule, less healthy bodies. You want to play every night and be able to sub every night to win. But, again, tonight we'll dress 10, and you've got to be thinking, big picture also.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
If it's obviously important in any season, but this year in particular, how important is it adaptability and, as Brad Stevens says, hit a curveball as they're presented, whether it be with maximizing a day off you didn't expect to have, or, having a game postponed?
Well, I mean, no, there's no question. And I think that there's no blueprint for this. I think, for us, for instance, I think that, not having to come here Wednesday, I think can be a big plus for us. I think guys got rested. we had some guys who were, really beat up. And we got a day yesterday to practice where we did a lot more than we've been doing on the other practice days. So hopefully that'll help us tonight.
Okay, go back to James Hill.
Coach, can you talk about the challenges of playing basketball during the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, we've really had two unique experiences. I think the bubble was, so different for everybody. And I thought our guys handled that very well. This is in many ways more difficult because of, travel. And I think in the bubble, once everybody got comfortable, obviously there was no safer place. So, plus I think, we've been dealing with this pandemic longer, so I think for everybody, it's, the continuous strain on how we're used to living. And I think that's part of it too. But there's a lot more aspects to this than a normal season. And I think the teams that handle it better will have a big advantage at the end of the year.
Philip Rossman Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
Hey, Coach. We saw that Mo was put in the health and safety protocols. Josh reported that he didn't travel with the team. First, is there a chance that he could be out of those protocols in time to rejoin the team, or is he out for this road trip? And secondly, how difficult has this been for Mo just to kind of start and stop the way that he's had to the last few months?
Yeah, the first question is to be determined, and then the second question is, it's been tough for him. I mean, he got the COVID right before he went into the bubble. That led to, obviously him not being able to do everything the way he would have liked in between the bubble and the start of the season. So he started, as you guys know, behind the start here. And, again, the situation is nothing. It's not his fault nor anybody's fault. It's just part of the world that we're living in. So hopefully he'll be able to get back to us, as soon as possible. And it's like everything now. I mean, I think it's just, you get up in the morning, you hope for the best, and you plan for prepare for the worst. So we're just going to deal with things as they're thrown at us and try to make the best of everything.
Okay, go back to James Hill.
Coach, tomorrow night, Cole Anthony will have a great opportunity to play in front of friends and family. I know it's 24 hours from now, but can you just talk about guys being able to go home and go back to regions where they grew up and play in front of family and friends, even if they're not in the building?
Oh, I think it'll be great, and I mean, it'll be, tomorrow night in Brooklyn, and then, Monday afternoon, late morning in the Garden. So I think it'll be, great for him. I mean, he has a love of the game. He's a hardworking guy. He's doing a really good job, and I'm sure it'll be exciting for him to get back to New York and have a chance to play, as you said, in front of his family and his friends.
Aaron Goldstone, Pinstripe Post.
Thanks, Coach. I know my MCW is out tonight. He's been ruled out, but do you anticipate in the next 8 days that he could be available on this road trip?
We're hopeful. Again, it's more just day to day how he's feeling. Those guys all were able to, go over to the arena early this morning and do some work, and he said he's feeling better, but. He's still got a little bit to go, but I mean, that would be great if we could get him back.
Go back to Philip Rossman Reich.
My hand was left up. I don't have a question.
Okay, no worries. Aaron, did you have another question?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. I think that's it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.